Picture this. It's 2018. A photographer in Detroit lost his job to a $29 app. A paralegal in London lost hers to a $99 subscription. A graphic designer in Toronto watched his entire client list disappear in one software update. They all said the same thing afterward. I didn't see it coming. Now it's 2026, and the same thing is happening again, except this time, it's not replacing one job. It's replacing entire categories of human effort. And the people who understand what's actually happening right now are quietly building something most people haven't even heard of yet. This video is about that thing. Here's a question nobody asks out loud. What if working harder is the wrong strategy? Not because effort doesn't matter, but because effort without leverage is just a treadmill with better lighting. Think about the most successful person you know. Are they the hardest worker in the room? Probably not. They figured out something everyone else is still learning, that in any era, wealth doesn't flow to the busiest person. It flows to whoever controls the multiplier. In the agricultural era, the multiplier was water. Whoever controlled the river fed the village. In the industrial era, it was energy. Whoever controlled the coal mine ran the machines. In the internet era, it was distribution. One person with a laptop could reach 10 million people before breakfast. We are now entering the fourth era, and the multiplier isn't land, energy, or distribution. It's cognitive labor at scale. Right now, a single person with the right setup can think, create, publish, distribute, and iterate at a speed that used to require a department of 30 people. Not because they're smarter. Not because they work harder. Because they've stopped trading hours for output and started trading systems for outcomes. Let me correct something. You've been told AI is a tool. That's like saying electricity is a light bulb. Technically true. Completely misses the point. Electricity didn't just light up rooms. It restructured every single industry on the planet. It changed where factories could be built. It changed when people could work. It changed what products were even possible. AI isn't a tool you pick up when you need it. It's an infrastructure shift. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. Most people are still using AI the way they used Google in 1999, just to look things up. They ask it to write an email. They ask it to fix a sentence. They close the tab and call it a day. Meanwhile, a small group of people have figured out something different. They're not using AI to do tasks. They're using AI to build pipelines. Here's the difference. A task ends when you finish it. A pipeline runs whether you're there or not. One creates a transaction. The other creates an asset. Let me give you a concrete example. A content creator used to spend 6 hours producing one video. Research, script, record, edit, thumbnail, upload. 6 hours. One output. Now imagine that same person built a pipeline where information is monitored and curated automatically. Scripts are drafted from that intelligence. Voiceovers are generated and matched to footage, and distribution fires to 5 platforms simultaneously. with one trigger. That's not 6 hours for one output. That's 6 minutes for 30 outputs. The math doesn't change what's possible. It changes who's even playing the same game. Here's what school taught you to build: a resume. Here's what the next decade will actually reward: 3 things. First, a content engine. Not a social media presence. Not a follower count. An engine, something that produces signal consistently, filters the right audience toward you, and does it with or without your daily involvement. Most people confuse publishing with building. Posting is not building. Systematizing your publishing is building. Second, an owned audience. This is the one everyone gets wrong. 1 million followers on a platform you don't own is not an asset. It's a rental. And platforms raise the rent. Or they change the algorithm, or they disappear entirely. Your email list cannot be taken from you. Your community cannot be algorithmically suppressed. Your direct relationships are not subject to a quarterly earnings call. Build what you own, not what you borrow. Third, a knowledge product. Your expertise, packaged once, sold indefinitely. A template, a framework, a course, a tool. Not because passive income is glamorous, but because it forces you to distill what you actually know into something transferable. And the process of building it makes you exponentially better at the thing itself. These 3 assets compound. The engine feeds the audience. The audience buys the product. The product validates the engine. Once this loop is running, it doesn't need you to show up at 9 a.m. I want to say something that might sound harsh. Most people will watch this video, find it interesting, and do nothing. Not because they're lazy, because they're waiting for the right moment. The moment when they have more time, or more money, or more confidence, or more clarity. But here's the thing about the right moment. It never arrives. It gets manufactured. The people building these systems right now didn't wait until conditions were perfect. They started when conditions were uncomfortable and made it work anyway. You don't need a team. You don't need a budget. You don't need permission. You need a decision. One decision. Made today. Not tomorrow. Because the gap between where you are and where you want to be doesn't close on its own. It closes with the first step. And the first step is always smaller than you think. Every generation gets one window. One moment where the rules are still being written and the people who understand what's happening can position themselves permanently ahead of those who don't. That window is open right now. Not for long. If you want the exact workflow, the pipeline, the tools, the setup, it's all in the description below. And if this landed for someone you know, someone who's been grinding without gaining ground, send it to them. Not for the views, for them. See you in the next one.